Spectators at Southern Virginia University athletic events are expected to support participants and officials without the use of offensive language, racist or sexual comments, threats, or other intimidating actions. No verbal abuse, alcohol, or drugs are permitted and is cause for expulsion from any event. Those persons violating these guidelines will be asked to leave the premises. Thank you for supporting Southern Virginia athletics. And now, for the starting lineups, first for the visiting Lions. Number 0, Mackenzie Gates. Number 4, Samantha.
Hey, welcome back to the second game of the doubleheader in the CAC conference with Southern Virginia and the Lions from Penn State Harrisburg. We will now start with the starting lineups. For the Lions, in goal it would be Mackenzie Gates. Number 4, Samantha Kuchar. Number 6, Eliza Grimm. Number 7, Morgan Gates. Number 12, Hannah Jorick. Number 14, Danielle Engel. Number 16, Rachel Shelter. Number 20, Erica Heil. Number 21, Kristen Peckman. Number 23, Alyssa Crowley. And number 28, Kylie Courtney. Now for our Lady Knights. Number 0 in goal, Mackenzie Cox. Number 4, Sierra Sorensen. Number 8, Gabrielle Santos. Number 9, Cody Park. Number 12, Cora Jewell. Number 14, Alexis Clements. Number 17, Riley Anderson. Number 18, Tatiana Monson. Number 20, Laura Schau. Number 22, Alicia Blackham. And number 26, Mackenzie Cottle. This is a quick turnaround for the Knights as they played last night against Christendom College. Less than 16 hours ago, they were on the field. We have to look and see how their legs are going to be holding up tonight or this afternoon. It is a nice, cool, brisk autumn day here at the fields. Low 60s with the wind blowing, so there shouldn't be a lot of problem with being overheated. But we have to see how their legs are going to look from playing last night. The Knights did win last night 4-0 against Christendom College, and they're hoping to follow the men's lead and win against Penn State Harrisburg here. The men won in dramatic fashion, a double overtime game, 2-1 with 4 minutes to go in the second overtime. Jared Attridge was able to put the ball in the back of the net off of a great assist from Jose Cruz. And we are about ready for soccer to begin. And Knights run out of their huddle, ready to start this wonderful game in a wonderful facility today. We have, again, in the low 60s with a nice breeze blowing. The ladies out on the field should have no problems with dehydration or with the heat today, and we're hoping that their legs are fresh and under them after a 4-0 win against Christendom College yesterday. Tatiana Monson runs up to start the game. Gabby Santos is right there with her. We're waiting for the referee's signal. And the game will begin on the whistle. And here we go. Ball played over to Park. The Knights are looking to spread out the defense of the Lions. Get the ball to Sorensen. She reverses field all the way across to number 20, Scow. Scow sends it deep down the line looking for Blackham. Have a throw in now for the Knights. Jewell's able to take the ball away in the midfield. Sorensen looks to settle the ball down a little bit for the Knights now. Clements plays it over to Park on the near sideline. She's looking for Mackenzie Cottle. Just couldn't find her. Hey, and we're joined by Coach Josh Patino from the men's team. What a dramatic game, Coach.
What a way to finish that game, huh?
Oh, saw a little bit of everything in that game. We'll talk about it as we go along, but congratulations. And we just talked about Jared Attridge being able to score on a wonderful cross by Jose Cruz, and we're hoping that the young ladies can follow suit, maybe not in the same fashion, get it done in regular time, but a win is a win.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you know what? Even today, the wind is blowing. It's a little bit more cool, probably one of our cooler games. So it's going into overtime, definitely a lot of the guys on the sideline are cold. I'm interested to see the substitutions here for the women's team.
Well, they did play last night, and we were kind of wondering about how their legs would be as far as freshness of the legs. But, again, with the cool weather, and Coach Patino was able to really – Coach Rarrock last night was able to really sub in and out at will. So we're hoping that those legs are just nice and fresh for them. We just had a Domino's delivery up here. Ball's played back to Riley. Riley plays it over to Park.
Riley's done really well filling in that center back position. I know that's not where she started at the beginning of the season, and that's where she's taken over, and she's been a rock for Southern Virginia right next to Clements.
And the defense has been very stout for the ladies in the last couple games with Riley in the back. And she seems to enjoy being able to control what's going on that back line.
Absolutely.
Ball play ahead to Jewell, looking for Cottle. Cottle's trying to chase the ball down on the far near sideline and lets it go out. Well, Coach, as we get into this game and we talk a little about your game as we go through. Interesting last few minutes in regulation there when you had some ejections going on. It appeared that the referee really didn't have a hold of the game during the whole game, and things just escalated there at the very end.
You know, every referee is different. Every situation can be different, but it's subjective to the referee and what they see and what they don't see. And talking with the sideline referee, he just wasn't sure what the referee wanted him to call and what he didn't want him to call, and he even told us that on the sideline there. Hopefully this game doesn't get like that, though. We got a little too chippy, and you never want to see that in a game, especially a conference game, and we'll see them again next year.
Well, again, congratulations on the win. The ball's played down the far sideline. Monson's trying to track it down. Oh, and taken down, but no call. And Jewell just punts it out of bounds over the end line. Well, we saw this last night with the women's team. It takes them about 15 minutes to get settled in, let the adrenaline kind of get out of their bodies, and then all of a sudden they just seem to click into another gear and find each other a whole lot easier. Penn State with the ball coming down to their offensive end now. And taken away by Sorensen. And Sorensen has been just a nice playmaker in the middle of the field for Coach Dryrock.
Yeah, she's just so simple. She's smart. She doesn't necessarily do anything fancy, but she's smart. You know, she hardly loses the ball. Distributes really, really well.
Santos trying to control the ball, gets it over to Sorensen. Sorensen looks to reverse field. Tries to sneak it through to Jewell going down the far sideline, but is taken away and kicked out of bounds by the Lions. Scow with a throw-in now for the Knights.
Coach Garworth must be pleased, 2-0 already in the week. Third game today.
Third game today. A lot of games going on. A lot of goals that they've scored. I think they've outscored their opponents 10-1 so far this week, and I'm sure they're hoping to add to that goal total. Of course, it doesn't matter how many goals you score, just as long as you get the win, right?
Absolutely.
So the Lions with a goal kick here. There's Cody Park, plays it off her head. Clements is going back to settle the ball down. Mackenzie Cottle lets it come into her. And she has been just a rock for not only this year but the last 4 years. And we talked a little bit last night about how she always seems to be in control and making sure that her team knows exactly what she wants and what's going on to help with their defense.
She's just a true leader. We've talked about that before. She just gets everything organized. She talks. She's not afraid to communicate and organize her defense. Fortunately, the last 2 games she hasn't had a lot of work to do. But one of her strengths is that she stays focused throughout the whole game, stays involved and is active.
Throwing down the sideline to Cottle. Cottle keeps it in. Now for back heel. And, Coach, again, I'm learning the game of soccer. I've noticed that every time, not every time, but the majority of times that the throw-in happens, they look down the sideline that they're standing on, and there's people standing out in the middle of the field. No one's around them. Is that just a no-no to throw it to the middle of the field, or you're always looking to attack and go forward? Or
So one of the when you have a throw-in, there's no offside. And so if you can throw it down the line, it's where you want to go because there's no offside. But since everyone does it, the middle is always wide open. And I know for the men's team, our players have to be a little bit smarter and throw it down direct to the middle. It's the open player.
Corner kick by the Lions into the middle of the field and just kicked wide by number 28, Kylie Courtney. And that was a dangerous play for the Knights. Courtney was able to get her foot on that crossing corner kick, and the Knights, haven't seen a lot of pressure lately in this week, and so this might be a huge test for them to shake some of the rust off of their defensive end.
Kenzie Cox in the back, not happy about that ball coming in so easily.
Ball off of Cottle's head, off of Monson's head. They're looking to settle it down. And another throw in for the Knights by Cody Park. Park throws it ahead to Jewel. Jewel's able to flick it off her head, but right to a Lions defensive player. Scales able to step up and take the ball away, plays it back to Clements. And here's where the Lady Knights have become, I think, a little bit more smarter as we've gone into the season, where they're not trying to force everything going down the field, but able to bring it back and switch the sides of the field and catch the defense shifting and finding a little bit better passing angles.
That's really when the women's team settles in, is when they just find feet and connect. They start to attack a little bit better.
Ball on the far sideline now. The Lions have control. Santos is over to try to defend. Scales able to play it off her feet. Nice pass ahead by the Lions, looking to center the ball. Clements is there, though, to step in.
Clements is strong. One thing I like about her is that she's composed in the back. Even when there is pressure, she's just composed, and she's not afraid to hold the ball just a second till something's open. And right there was a good example of her probably holding on to it a second too long, but still going after it, trying to win it back.
Again, the Lions are on the attack as Sorensen clears the ball out. We can see Mackenzie Cox in the back yelling at her defense, getting them in the positions that she wants them to be to help her out and to keep that ball from getting into the goal. Laura Scow clears the ball out again. And again, more throw-ins for the Lions, and this is more of an attack that the Knights have seen in the last 2 games that they've played, and we always like to see a lot of goals being scored, but again, not a lot of pressure on the Knights, especially last night. And they're looking a little bit, not shaky, but a little bit rusty with their defense right now.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those games that you can't underestimate the other team. And even though you've scored 10 goals in 2 games, I mean, the caliber of this team maybe a little bit stronger, a little bit higher than the last 2 teams that they've played. And just mentally, the Knights have to stay in it. They can't give up anything easy or early. And like you said, they haven't been attacked very often. They haven't had a lot of pressure.
Blackham with the throw-in on the far side. Lions are able to control. Monson's able to step in, take the ball away. Looks like she's trying to look to the middle of the field and gets bumped off her line there. Oh, nice pass ahead. Clemens is going over trying to settle the ball down, a kick into the goal area, and Mackenzie Cox is equal to the task. A nice little easy ball to play. But again, this is more pressure than the Knights have seen in the past couple of games, and I'm sure it's taken them a little bit by surprise.
Absolutely. You can kind of tell too that they're not since they're not used to it, this is something new for them. It's good to see Tatiana Monson attack very often and frequently. Right there, she was able to intercept the ball and go at a couple players. She's that dangerous. And that's how soccer is. It changes so quickly.
There's Anderson stepping up to try to clear the ball out of the defensive end. Again, Clements tries to clear out, and the Knights just not able to clear the ball far enough out of their defensive end to give them any kind of break or breathing room. Ball sent across the field. Cottle's able to chase it, let it go out of bounds. Throw in now for the Knights. Cody Park will be throwing the ball in for the Knights. And at the 32-53 mark, score is 0-0. There's Cora Jewell playing the ball off her head, out of bounds. The Lions start the ball quickly. And Jewell has such a physical body. She's taller than most people out there, and when I look at her, I just see an athlete. Her shoulders are broad, and she's able to take the bumps and the pushes. And if I was still coaching basketball, I'd love to have her playing for me.
She's definitely a presence on the field, and she's got good feet. Her footwork is good. Just a few seconds ago, you saw her just do a little pull back and push it forward again. And
Lions are on the attack as the Knights get back and try to organize their defense. Ball's played ahead to Jewell.
She's definitely not afraid of the physical game.
No, she's not. Like I said, she can absorb those little bumps and still control the ball. Blackham's able to play the ball ahead, looking for Monson. And the Lions seem to be a little bit sharper with their passes right now than the Knights. And a nice pass ahead to Monson. She was on sides. Oh, a nice shot. Goalkeeper didn't have to move very much, but again, the first real attacking moment that we've had for the Knights at the 31-23 mark.
Both teams with only one shot. It's good for them to get a shot on frame, test the keeper, and it was a great through ball to Tatiana Monson.
Oh, another nice ball by Sorensen down toward Monson. The keeper's able to come out and clear that out for the Lions at that point. Nice throw in now for the Knights. Blackham's able to get it in towards Santos.
Santos hasn't been able to touch the ball very often. It's just going all right around her, and she hasn't been able to get too involved.
Again, don't know if it's nerves or what we've seen in the last couple games where it takes them 15 or 20 minutes to get settled down, or if it's this anxiousness that they're being attacked so much right now. Nice crossing shot there by number 16, Rachel Shelter for the Lions. Scow's able to get in there and knock the ball out of bounds. Corner kick number 2 now for the Lions. And these corner kicks, when they start to add up, things start to happen that you don't really want if you're the defending team.
And there's a wind coming across from that side. It's definitely going to add a little bit to this corner kick. Nice to be careful in the air here.
Waiting for the referee to signal to play. There's the kick toward the Jewell's able to get in there and knock some people around to get the ball out. Anderson tries to play it off her head. The down Lion was number 6, Eliza Grimm, but she gets up and is able to get down the field. So no harm, no foul, I guess.
She's still limping a little bit. Her and Jewel came for a hard challenge, and we're just talking about the physical part of the game, and Jewel not afraid.
Subs coming in for the Knights now. Jamila Gamby comes in, and looking to see who is the other one. I think it's Zoe Bradshaw checked in also for the Knights. Trying to bring a little bit more speed into the game. I think that puts Tatiana Monson out on the left wing here, which she likes to attack down this sideline anyway, the near sideline to us. So, Coach Grawrock's doing everything he can probably to try to shake them up and make sure, hey, we're in a game now, ladies. Let's get going.
Putting Bradshaw on the field, another physical player, very, very quick on her feet, great speed, but very physical, not afraid to go in for a challenge. She's going to be a presence.
And this is where we've gotten used to seeing the Knights play, is in the attacking zone on their offensive end, and that's something that they seem to enjoy and thrive at. But again, this Lions team has been equal to the chance and the opportunity, and making sure that they have kept the Knights back on their heels, at least for the most part of this first half.
Part of the issue I'm seeing right now is Jewel, Santos, and Sorensen aren't getting very many touches on the ball. A lot of the touches that Jewel's getting are headers or 50-50 wins, and Sorensen hasn't touched the ball in a little bit now. And Santos, like I said earlier, that's the midfield, that's the engine of this team, and so.
And just as you say that, there's Sorensen with the ball, able to play it out wide to Monson. Monson looking to cross the ball back to the middle. Oh, nice cross. And there goes Bradshaw up and trying to head the ball. And if that goal would have gone in, we would have had just a marvelous goal there.
And it was actually a foul against Bradshaw. She wasn't offside, so.
I saw the flag go up also. I don't know what the call was, but she came flying through the air, and I didn't think she touched anybody.
Very Superman-esque.
Again, no fear. No fear. Ball played ahead as Gamby tries to chase the ball down. And another throw in for the Knights. Scal with the ball, trying to look to start it quickly. Off of Santos's head as she tried to flick it forward, and no one was at home on the other end. So at 26:07, we have a 0-0 tie. The Knights are starting to look like they are getting more settled in on the offensive end and the defensive end, and hopefully now we'll start to see passes connect a little bit more with each other and get multiple passes for scoring opportunities. Monson with the ball tries to play it over to Gamby and cleared out by the Lions. And the wind is starting to pick up, and I don't know how the wind affects a soccer ball in flight, Coach. Does this gusty wind make it, any more difficult to pass with any precision?
Absolutely, yeah, and especially with a wind like this, it's just gusts of wind at certain times. It comes and it goes. You get used to playing the ball on the ground, not a big deal, no issue. But it's when the ball's in the air, when it's in flight, it definitely moves the ball, and the way that it's blowing this, it pushes the ball that direction. So you really have to whip that ball in, and players that aren't used to doing that, when we practice, we don't practice whipping it against wind, So it definitely has an impact.
Lions trying to clear it out, and there's Riley Anderson able to keep it in the defensive end there, or the offensive end for the Knights. Back to Clements. Clements looking for Sorensen. Sorensen turned right into a line defender. Oh, the ball slid through. Anderson's trying to get back. Cox is able to step up and clear the ball. Lions number 6, Eliza Grimm's able to play it off of Monson for a throw-in now for the Lions. And one thing we've noticed that the Knights do a great job on their defensive transition, able to get plenty of players back and mark people up.
Yeah, they do really well getting behind the ball, making sure their numbers up in the defensive third. Nice. You hear Cox's voice back there directing traffic.
Nice clear by Riley Anderson and Cora Jewell. Throw in by the Knights on the far sideline. Flicked ahead. Bradshaw's trying to throw her body in there again, trying to get into the mix. There's Sorensen able to take the ball at midfield. Slides it ahead to Monson. Oh, just right past Monson's feet. If they could have connected on there, it would have been a foot race right down the middle for a 1v1 with the goalkeeper.
That's who you want creating your plays is Sierra Sorensen. That's twice now. Less than 5 minutes, she's connected with Tatiana Monson to be dangerous for the Knights.
Monson with the ball on her feet, looking over to Santos. Santos lets it fly wide to the left. But now we're starting to see, again, we're 22 minutes into the game, and the Knights are finally starting to settle down, and we're starting to see some of these passing combinations that have led to opportunities for the Knights.
The Lions look to be deep as well. We haven't seen, I don't believe, a substitution for the Lions yet. We've had one substitution.
One substitution for the Lions, and we have 2 subs for the Knights so far.
Looks like 2 more are warming up over there, so we'll see what the changes will be. Well, this is a good test for the Knights.
It's very good for them. I'm sure that Coach Garlick would rather be up by 4 or 5 goals right now, but, you know, playing the teams that you can beat handily, sometimes it backfires on you, and you get a sense that you can do no wrong. And then when you play teams that you're evenly matched with, your psyche is just to the point where one thing goes wrong and you break. The Knights haven't done that. They've been able to stay strong with their play. And we have a foul on Clements, but they are being tested more than they have in the last couple games. I'm not trying to tear things up in here. We're in new digs right now. We're usually standing outside underneath the tent. We have a brand new canopy over us, and we're elevated over the field, and we have a lot of equipment in here, and I've knocked a couple things around. If you hear anything fall, it's, again, I'm not trying to break stuff. Ball played through by the Lions, and Riley Anderson's able to get back and get that ball out.
Her and Clements truly are the rock of this defense.
They have anchored it very well. Here we got corner kick number 3 coming in for the Lions now. Oh, and that was dangerous there.
Dangerous on the corner kicks. That's twice now. It's just missing barely wide.
The Knights are going to have to do a little bit better job of marking up their players as on these corner kicks, or don't give up any more corner kicks. Off of Clement's head as she tried to clear it out. Ball slid through. Cox is there for the easy pickup. Cox looked to try to start the ball quickly. Thought better of it. Sends it to midfield. And a foul is called. Looks like that was on Cora Jewell. Deep ball by the Lions. Riley Anderson's right there around the ball, and so is Clements. And Clements was on the ball.
Those two again, Clements and Anderson. Dangerous.
Oh. And we'll have a free kick now.
Inside the box, these are extremely rare. Indirect kick.
Cox is setting up her defense. A lot of people on that wall. Oh, and it plays off the field goal, the goalpost for the football upright. Oh, and again, the Knights just dodge
another bullet.
Another bullet. And these things start to add up, and we've seen it in the past couple games with the Knights as they start to apply more and more pressure. That it finally cracks the other team, and let's see and hope that it doesn't crack the Knights. Cammy Miller has entered the game now for the Knights. Gamby with the ball, trying to play it across to Bradshaw.
Lions have been really strong with possession, finding feet, very disciplined in their attack, going forward.
We'll have a throw in now for the Knights. Try to get the ball down to Miller. Park with another throw in. Miller flicks it off her head. Looks like she's trying to find Gamby. Gamby tries to flick it off her head back toward Monson. Went just the wrong way. Nice switch of fields by the Lions. And the Lions, not only are they disciplined defensively, but offensively too. They always seem to be just spaced out just right. Subs coming in now for Lions. As we have number 6, Eliza Grimm, go out. We have number 8, Kelsey Crum, in for the Lions now.
You know, Mike, I'm new to the area. How far away is Penn State Harrisburg?
You're looking at about a 5-hour trip.
Okay.
You go to York, Pennsylvania. When you get to York, you go right and go about 45 minutes to an hour from there. Oh, ball slid in, and what a save by Cox. Zoe Bradshaw was...
She is incredible.
Bradshaw tried to slide tackle. The offender got right around her, and Cox made a diving save for the Knights.
You know, those are things that we've been working with Kenzie and Autumn Cox in goalkeeper training, is those types of balls, those types of saves. And, you know, she made a save there, again, just to keep dodging another bullet. But that builds confidence for her defense and obviously for her.
That was better by the Knights. Better defense right there by the Knights as they were able to clear the ball. Ball's played ahead to Gamby. And you can see just the all-out sprint by the Lions to get back down the middle of the field to stop any kind of momentum that the Knights may have. Jewel steps in and knocks a player down. It's cleared out by the Lions. Throw in for the Knights now. Park plays the ball to Monson. And we'll have a foul. Sorensen comes up to take the free kick. Oh, no, it'll be Riley Anderson with the kick now.
Returning the favor, another free kick in a dangerous position, top of the 18.
Very dangerous. And we saw goals being scored last night by the Lady Knights from this position and even further out. Anderson with the kick and just got a little bit too much up underneath the ball. Waiting the subs report in and out now. Lions are starting to attack down the far sideline. Throw in now for the Knights. As we have number 2, Bridget and Wanta has checked in for the Lions. Ball's cleared out by Clements, trying to find Gamby. Gamby over to Jewel. Jewel looks ahead, Flicks it ahead for Gamby. She's onside as she's going down the far sidelines. Montson's running with her. Shot by Gamby. Right into the goalkeeper's hand.
That's a tough angle to be shooting the ball from. Easy for the goalkeeper because they're already on that post. We've seen that from Tatiana Monson on the left side and from Gamby on the right side. Great idea to get down the flank and then take a shot. It's just a tough angle.
Seeing a lot of slide tackles now on the field. That last one on Bradshaw had a foul called on her. And ball's flicked over the head. Cox is there to gobble it up. 13:30 left in the first half. Southern Virginia 0, Penn State Harrisburg 0. Ball's on Miller's feet now. She plays it across to Jewel. Jewel tried to return the favor back to her. Nice thought. And we got another foul called on the Lions now. And the referee has been very consistent calling the same things over and over. There's a few things that he has let go, but he's let it go for both teams. And that's all you can really ask for if you're a coach, is it not?
Absolutely. Just consistency and keeping the game in control, protecting your players. Just little things like that go a long way. I wonder if he watched what happened in the previous game.
He might have. I know they were here about 15 minutes before the end of regulation of your game. They were actually behind the stands trying to warm up a little bit, and they were peeking around the corner, seeing what was going on. And it may have something to do with their being so consistent in this game.
It's tough for a referee, it's a job that I don't envy, and I give them a lot of credit to put up with all the players and coaches and everything that everyone says and the fans. So they have a tough job.
Ball flicked ahead to Gamby. Gamby tries to run through a player. Nice job by the Knights to settle the ball down now. Monson plays it out to Jewel. Jewel looks across the field to Scow. Scow brings the ball back to Sorensen, and this is who they need to find more often so she can make plays for other people. Tried to slide the ball in behind to Monson. Good thought there. But Sorensen just seems to have the knack to make others look a whole lot better.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that was a good possession by the Knights. 5-6 passes in a row, just on the ground, simple.
Bradshaw with a header. Ball's played up. Ball over to Monson. Monson back, tried to find Gamby for a little give and go. Gamby didn't realize that's what was going in. That would have been a 2 versus 1 right there, Coach, and you can't ask for more than that. Sorensen with the ball. Cuts it back to Monson.
She's just clever. She looks like she's going one way and puts the ball the opposite direction and really keeps the defense on their toes.
And this is what we've come accustomed to seeing the Knights do, is being able to switch sides of the field and find people that look wide open and then find the next person. So it's the 2 passes ahead that they're thinking about that have made them just seem like they're such a cohesive group now.
I see a lot of slide tackling. I know you mentioned that a few minutes ago. I don't know how they deal with the turf burn.
They're tough. Tough young ladies, tough young men. Last night, maybe not so much with all the rain. Everything was skidding across there, but
that'd probably be fun to slide across. It's like a little water park.
Monson plays the ball ahead, looking for Bradshaw. Cleared out by the Lions now. And with under 10 minutes to go, we still have a 0-0 tie. Substitutions now for the night. It looks like it's Morales coming in for Miller. Scow with the ball. And there you saw Clements and Anderson working well together as Anderson was shielding off and letting Clements know you can clear the ball now.
Here we go. Sorensen on the ball again.
And another great chance as the goalkeeper, Mackenzie Gates, comes out. Sorry, and that is Valerie Cruz that checked in for Miller. Anderson in the middle there. Sorensen plays the ball ahead to Monson. Monson's able to win the ball momentarily. Gets it out to Park. Park going down the near sideline now. Plays it ahead to Gamby. Jewell running down the middle of the field, trying to get it to Jewell. Oh, and it's cleared out nicely by the Lions.
Great build-up right there. Good work by Monson defensively. And then Gamby to put that ball in the box.
Sorensen puts the ball back in toward the goal. Gamby's there. Can she get it by the defender? Oh, a nice job by the Mackenzie Gates, the goalkeeper for the Lions. And now we're starting to see, again, the Knights are starting to put things together, getting more chances to attack. Scow chases the ball down on the far sideline. They're able to turn it toward Bradshaw. Bradshaw's able to play it off of a Lions player for a throw-in now for the Knights.
Both teams only 2 shots on goal. It feels like both teams have had more opportunities, but only 2 on goal.
Again, we've seen a lot of good goalkeeping on both sides. The goalkeepers organizing their defense. Here's a run by the Lions coming down the field now. Anderson tries to clear. Gets the ball ahead to Cruz. Anderson gets the ball way down the field now. And a throw in for the Knights. Bradshaw picks the ball up quickly. Gets the ball to Jewell, back to Bradshaw. Bradshaw tries to send the ball ahead. And there's Gates able to come out and take care of that attempt. Clements with the ball now. Sorensen tried to turn the ball and it just went off her head the wrong way. Park chases the ball down. Is able to keep it in. Clements clears the ball nicely now. A lot of play on the far sideline. Bradshaw is not able to keep the ball in. Again, more subs for the Lions, and the Lions are trying to keep those fresh legs in. But the past 15 minutes, the Knights have been more on the attacking side than the Lions have been.
Coach Ark, I know, has been rotating his players, especially last night. Gave a lot of other players an opportunity to play just to keep fresh and to be ready for today's game. It looks like even right now he's rotating his players through to keep everyone fresh.
Ball's up for grabs in the middle of the field as Jewell is able to nicely dribble through 2 players. Tries to slide ahead to Gamby. Lions looking to build up something now. Again, there's Anderson up at the forefront trying to stave off the Lions as they look to attack. Ball played down the far sidelines and a throw in now for the Knights on the far sideline.
It's been a good match the first half so far. Very even, very back and forth. Both teams have had opportunities going forward.
Oh, a dangerous place for the ball to be. Clements, though, is there. able to get the ball out. And Scow's able to get up and deflect that shot out of bounds. Ball over in the corner for the Lions.
Offsides, looks like.
Well, we're assuming that was offsides. Couldn't see the referee for that, but we'll go with what Coach Patino has said.
It's a guess.
I would say it's a good guess. Scow's trying to clear the ball out. Plays it up to Jewel. And you're right, Coach. It's been back and forth. It seems like one team starts to grab that momentum and look like they're about to bust through, and then the other team just comes around and takes it away from them. Cox with the ball. Gets it out to Sorensen, and this is who the Knights really want to have the ball on her feet. She makes the simple passes, but makes them in such a way that it gives the other players a chance to do something with it. Ball played ahead to Gamby. Gamby's trying to chase it down. But again, nice play by Gates, the goalkeeper for the Lions, able to come out right before Gamby's able to get it off her foot.
Looks like another offside call. Again, just very even.
Nice job by Clements getting the ball out, clearing it off the end. Cruz with the ball, plays it ahead to Gamby. And Gamby off with her left foot out of bounds. Goal kick now for the Lions. Excuse me. 2 minutes left to go in this first half. We can see Mackenzie Cox giving more directions. Don't want to let down now in these last 2 minutes and let a inadvertent goal be scored.
That's probably one of the worst things that can happen in a soccer game is right before half, give one up.
Throw in by the Lions now on the far sideline. Miscommunication there with Bradshaw and Cruz. Again, it goes off a Lions player. Scow has the ball on the sideline, looking to throw in. Looks like Clements is going to be able to clear the ball out. Plays it up to Sorensen.
There's Monson in the corner.
And she sneaks it through to Monson, going down the sideline. Monson gets bumped off her line and cleared out by the Lions. Throw in now by Park, and we're down with 1 minute left to go. She plays it ahead to Monson. Monson turns back toward the middle, tries to flick it ahead to Gamby. Gates is able to come out and clean it up. And again, it just looked like the Knights, once they start to get this momentum, it's been a pattern that the Lions have counterattacked once or twice and tried to get that momentum back from them. Park's able to clear the ball out to Monson. Monson flicks it up ahead to Gamby. Cruz with the ball now. It's a dangerous time for the Knights now. The last 20 seconds. Penn State throws the ball ahead, but Cox, nice easy catch by Cox. Tried to catch her unaware and just flick it in over her head, but someone with over 400 saves in her career, you're not going to catch them unaware very much.
A seasoned goalkeeper like that, that's pretty ambitious to hit it from that far out.
Well, here we are at halftime. Southern Virginia Knights 0, Penn State Harrisburg Lions 0. It's been a very even game, as you said, Coach. What would you say to your team now at halftime?
We need to find Sierra Sorensen the ball a lot more. She needs to be at her feet. I think Cora Santos and Cami Miller. I think Valerie Cruz was also playing in the middle. Need to connect, find a feet, especially against a defense like this. And Sorensen to Monson has been the kind of the connection we've been calling out, but it's been dangerous that way. And so I think the Knights, need to settle down. And I know they like to go forward and they like to score lots of goals, but again, like this, get their first one, right? Just get number one. Don't think about the scoreline too much. Just get number one. And Monson's dangerous out on the wing. I think Monson's going to start the second half up top again. But again, Santos and Jewell need to be a little bit more involved, just finding feet.
I agree with you 100%, and I'm sure Coach Garlock will make those same type of adjustments and more. Again, halftime now, the Lady Knights 0, the Lady Lions from Penn State Harrisburg 0. We will return for the second half. And welcome back to the second half. Again, the Knights are tied with the Lions of Penn State Harrisburg 0-0. We're looking forward to not going into overtime now, Coach. So looking for the Knights to find a little bit more momentum and finish on some of the opportunities that they've had. Starters now for the second half. Again, Mackenzie Cox in goal. We have Sierra Sorensen, Gabrielle Santos, Cody Park, Cora Jewell, Alexis Clements, Riley Anderson, Tatiana Monson, Laura Scow, Alicia Blackham, and Mackenzie Cottle. And for the Lions, we have Samantha Kuchar, Eliza Grimm, Morgan Gates, Hannah Jorick, Danielle Engel, Rachel Shelter, Erica Heil, Kristen Peckman, Alisa Crowley, and Kylie Courtney.
Really looking for Jewel, Santos, and Sorensen to be real active, real involved this second half of the Knights.
And here's the Knights in the attacking area. And there's the referee warning Jewel in the middle of the field. No more slide tackles. Don't want to see any more of that. Again, Jewel is a very physical player, and I'm sure that she wears on a lot of people out there.
Out of all the plays, though, she got the ball there. I wouldn't have called that one. Again, it's so subjective to the referee and what he sees, but I thought that one was probably one of the least dangerous plays that she's been a part of.
Riley Anderson with the throw in toward Monson. Getting out of bounds on the Lions. Another throw in for the Knights. Monson finds Santos in the middle of the field. Santos tries to flick the ball ahead. Blackham's able to step up and take the ball. Looking to cross it. Anderson tried to get it off of her right foot there and just slid right past it. And a throw in now for the Knights again. And now we're starting to see this attacking mentality of the Knights. And they're starting a whole lot sooner than that we've seen in previous games.
Definitely coming out strong, hungry to get the first goal. And like you said, I think they'll settle in. Once they get number one, they'll settle in.
Clements is able to be back to take that long kick by the Lions. Reverses fields over to Scow. Scow is able to get it to Anderson. Anderson plays it to Santos. Santos plays it ahead towards Monson. Just a little bit too far. And Gates, the goalkeeper for the Lions, able to come out and take that one easily. But now we're starting to see, as you talked about, trying to get the ball to the midfielders a whole lot more. Santos especially, and Sorensen, and let them make plays for other players.
Exactly. Here she is again on the ball. Exactly what the Knights need and what they're looking for this half.
Blackham pushes the ball just a little bit too far out. Monson couldn't get it. We'll have a throw in now for the Lions. Waiting for the throw in to come in. Sorensen's able to step up, take it away. A long pass ahead by the Lions. Anderson's able to step in and take the ball. Plays it over to Monson. Monson shields off nicely. Dribbles through two people. Just couldn't get past that third one. And it looks like the Knights are trying to possess the ball a whole lot more, make shorter passes as opposed to the Lions, and we're seeing some long passes ahead trying to get people to run up under it.
I mean, that gets tiring real fast, especially if you're Gamby up top here, or Cottle, or Tatiana Monson.
Ball cleared out by the Lions. Throw in now by the Knights. Oh, and he's reversed his call. It's going to be a throw in for the Lions. Santos trying to possess the ball in the middle of the field. Some miscommunication as both Santos and Gamby run away from the ball. Jewell's able to possess it, though. Plays it over to Blackham. Blackham ahead to Monson. Monson tries to turn the corner. Nice patience by Monson. Tried to get the ball back to Sorensen, but it seems like the Lions know that Sorensen can make plays for other teams or her teammates too, and step up and take it away.
Hard challenge there by Riley Anderson. Great solid tackle. I see nothing wrong with that. Great solid tackle. Won the ball. Unfortunate for number 16.
That's Rachel Shelter. She gets up kind of gingerly. Again, Riley Anderson, another solid player just like Cora Jewell, just very physical in their play.
There's no doubt this game is extremely physical. Monson getting a little frustrated with her play right now.
But we're starting to see, again, more attacking nature of the Knights, especially with their midfielders being able to touch the ball more. Jewell plays it back to Sorensen. And there's Sorensen, just smart. Plays it back to Anderson. Santos with a nice one-touch over to Monson. Monson back to Santos. Santos tries to get it into Gamby. And flicked out by the Lions. Throw in for the Knights. Alicia Blackham with the throw in. Tries to get it up to Monson. Blackham tries to get it into the box. Jewell plays it off her head. And we have offsides on Tatiana Monson. But in the first 7 minutes of this second half, we've seen a much greater attacking mentality, and not just an attacking mentality, but also much better execution for the Knights.
There's a sense of urgency and a sense of purpose right now for the Knights, and this is the first time that the ball's crossed half field, I think.
There's Clements able to clear it out. Jewell comes back. The Knights are able to get back and set their defense. Santos is able to get in there also. Flicks the ball ahead to Gamby. Gamby tries to switch the field. There's Blackham able to chase it down at midfield.
Again, great possession here by the Knights. Just being calm, composed on the ball, finding feet. If you notice, the ball really hasn't left the turf. They're not trying to play balls in the air.
Nice job by Anderson. Anderson plays the ball ahead towards Gamby. Gamby cuts it back. Leaves it for Anderson. Anderson with a nice shot. And then earlier in the game, we saw Gamby take that shot. This time she's able to cut it back, find Anderson, and Anderson had a great shot on goal.
Much better angle to take that shot from. Smart by Gamby to find Anderson open at the top of the box. Great one-time shot. Obviously, you want that one to go in, but that's probably Riley Anderson's first shot of the game, so not bad effort here.
If Riley Anderson's able to get that shot again, we'll see her tuck it into the corners just a little bit more and get it past the goalkeeper. Alicia Blackham with the ball now. Ball's played ahead toward Monson. Monson's trying to chase it down in the corner. Keeps it in. Pass is deflected. Alicia Blackham's able to take it. Blackham flicks it up toward the goal. Looking for Gamby and just missed that connection. And the Knights seem to be the more fresher of the two teams, even though the Lions have been subbing in just as much, if not more, than the Knights. The Knights seem to be fresher of the two teams now, Coach.
Absolutely. Definitely lots of energy this second half. Less than 10 minutes have been played, and you can tell, they've just been down in the offensive half.
And this is the type of pressure that we've seen them apply to other teams. And, again, once they find that first goal, it seems like the floodgates just open up and they find goal after goal after goal then. Nice job by Blackham to find Monson going down the sideline. Monson dribbling through, finds Santos. Santos plays the ball across to Sorensen. Let's see what Sorensen can do now. Switches the ball all the way across the field to Cottle. Cottle brings it back. She finds Monson. Monson with the one touch. Oh, and just wide right.
Referee has his flag up down over here on the right side. Looks like Monson was offside just a touch. Great build-up, though.
Great build-up, and this is what we like to see, this exciting brand of soccer, of multiple people getting involved in the attempt for a goal.
Not sure what she was trying to do or who she was going for there.
Maybe she saw that Santos' shoe was untied and just got it out there so Santos Gabby could get down and tie her shoe.
Looks like the goalkeeper's down.
I didn't see what happened. Is just her running over to pick up the ball, and again, you can this turf field is a wonderful field to play on, and we don't see that many injuries with knees and ankles with men, but with young women, especially with the ankle, the hip, and the knee, we see a lot of different ACL tears that can happen, and it's just a slight movement that can cause it. Nothing majorly damaging that we would see with a collision. It's just the slight turn, and it looks like she is really in pain right now. So as they're out checking on her, we'll look at the build-ups that the Knights have had. Again, not any corner kicks for the Knights so far, but we do have 3 shots on goal so far, and in the last 2 or 3 minutes, we've seen some major shots that have come from Monson and then from Riley Anderson also. So it looks and appears that the Knights are starting to settle into this game, make sure that they're not shell-shocked like they were in the first half with the attacking nature of the Lions.
Yeah, Penn State Harrisburg right now playing a lot of defense due to the pressure being applied by the Knights. Much better start to the second half. Knights were outshot in the first half, 5-4. And Knights have 3 shots on goal, while the Lions have 2. Talking about the turf, it just has a lot less give to it, especially when you're wearing cleats. It's not like the grass where it'll kind of slide. And so hopefully nothing major here for Gates in goal. Hopefully just a little ankle twist, something that she can recover from. I do believe, I don't know what they could do with the keeper, but I do believe if the trainer comes on the field, the player has to come off.
Well, we see that another keeper over on the sidelines warming up now. And I don't think that she would be able to continue right now with the trainer on the field. They're looking at her ankle and her knee. I think more of her knee. And it looks like Chad Mahaffey is starting to wrap it up some. Again, we don't ever want to see anybody get hurt, and especially Gates has been playing really well for the Lions. It's just one of those unfortunate things that happen in sports.
It'd make a big difference if they had a different goalkeeper, for sure.
So we just looked at the replay here, and as Gates was running across, she did make a turn, and it looked like her knee buckled just a little bit. We don't want to make any kind of speculation, but that's what appears on the replay of what we just saw. So, again, now, as unfortunate as this is, it's something that the Lions can take advantage of. The Knights had momentum on their side, and their attacking nature was really coming through, and we did see 2 great shots on goal in the last 3 or 4 minutes. And now this injury timeout has slowed things down. The Lions are able to catch their breath a little bit now and right the ship.
And it looks like one of the Lions coaches is out there on the field having a team discussion, giving some instruction.
And I don't know the rules. Is that
permissible? Typically that's frowned upon. You don't. If he comes on the field, he should be with his player, not with the team like that. the team can definitely walk over and get water, but for him to come on the field and then talk to his players, typically frowned upon.
Yeah, I've seen them going over and talking with the coach on the sidelines during injury timeouts, and it looks like Gates is going to stay in the game. But she does have a definite limp.
Looks like, is it her right leg that she's limping on? I can never tell which one they're limping because they're overcompensating on the other leg.
Well, hopefully that she is staying in the game. So apparently she's doing well, and we'll find out as the Knights try to test her in goal now. Gamby tries to flick the ball ahead to Monson. And again, the Knights start right back up with that attacking mentality. And here's 2 substitutions now for the Lions, trying to keep that pressure that they've built up in the first half on. Haven't been so successful in the second half. But with the substitutions coming in, we have a throw-in now for the Lions.
I don't know if I don't believe Kenzie Cox has touched the ball yet this half.
I believe you were right when you made the assessment that there's only one time that the Lions have been down on the defensive side of the field for the Knights. Anderson with the ball, tries to play it over to Sorensen. Sorensen back to Clements. A little bit of an error there on her pass, but she gets the ball right back. Monson's able to chase the ball down. Tries to play it ahead to Gamby, just a little bit too far. And hopefully the Knights don't start to get frustrated and try to do things that they don't normally do or is out of their character as this game starts to wind down. We do have 32 minutes left in the game, plenty of time. We saw in your game, with 5 minutes left to go, the Penn State Harrisburg was able to tie it up. So, as long as there's time on the clock, there's always time to score a goal.
Absolutely, and that's being disciplined. And I think for sure we're trying to work with the men's team to just be disciplined, especially late in the game. But when you're tired, the first thing to go is your brain, your mind. And you just want to kick and you.
Oh, and what's the call here, Coach?
Handball.
Handball.
In the box.
In the
Looks like
box.
it'll be a penalty kick. Coach Krawak signaled, I believe, for Tatiana to take it. Tatiana Monson.
Oh, and this will test the lateral ability of Gates, the goalkeeper, now with that bad knee. We'll see what Monson can do.
We have the lacrosse and football lines out there. Sometimes it's hard to tell, but it's a black line on the field, 12 yards out away from the goal.
Monson approaches and tucks it in the near corner, the near goal post for the first score for the Knights. Coach, we've had some people that have asked for you, when the ladies score, to say those magic words of
Go Knights.
Goal!
Oh, goal.
Let's hear it now from you.
Now I'm laughing. The next time I got it.
Next time
I got it.
I got you. Well, we hope.
I thought you were doing the Provost pump.
Oh, no,
the
not
Provost Go Knights. No, I got you.
I'm going to leave those words for him and him only. But we'll see now if that has opened up the scoring floodgates for the Knights. Knights look like they may have been still basking in that exuberance of the goal as the Lions were able to go down the field quickly. The shot was high over the goal, but again, anytime the ball gets that deep, could be danger.
And one thing we teach our players is that the 5 minutes right after you score are so crucial. You don't want to give anything up then. Right there is when you're celebrating too much. You're still admiring your goal. The other team's coming down on fire. You don't want to give anything up in those 5 minutes. You want to be sharp. And right after, that was the first shot of the game for the Lions, was right after the goal.
Ball's trying to be settled down now by the Lions, and now they're playing with more energy and more purpose. Ball's in the middle of the field. Oh, and now we have Looks like they're going to have a card on Cora Jewell. Yellow card on Jewell now. Again, the referee has warned her earlier. We saw it on some of the slide tackles. It looked like she got the ball before she got the player. But, again, his perspective is right there with the ball, and we're about 40 yards back.
Yeah, he was also behind the play, whereas we're in front of it. And so I wonder if he saw something different, or if it looked like. Sometimes it's hard to see when the ball and when you hit the player.
Ball lofted up through the uprights for a field goal. Wrong sport, but nice kick.
Good thing those don't count for 3 points.
Exactly. We would have a lot of scoring in soccer then, wouldn't we? Clements with the goal kick. And now the Knights have to find that possession that they've had for the last really 15 minutes of this whole second half, and keep the ball in their offensive end and keep applying the pressure to the Lions. Sorensen, great dribbling down the middle of the field. Plays it ahead. Santos with it off her feet. Cleared out. Jewell, again, throws it up over the top. Gamby just can't get it back into the middle of the field. Couldn't tell if that's going to be a throw-in or a corner kick now for the Knights.
Looks like it's going to be a corner kick.
Alicia Blackham will be taking the corner kick now for the Knights, and we'll see what kind of set piece that they can put together. It's the first corner kick of the day for the Knights. Plays it out to Santos. Santos tries to curve it in, but gets a little bit too much underneath it.
Just
sails it out of bounds.
She needed to pick up her head there just a little bit to see the goal. It looks like she missed it, partly because she wasn't looking at it.
Lions looking to counterattack quickly. Defense of the Knights tries to step up and stop them. Bradshaw's there to turn the ball back away. Now, is Cora Jewell a marked person with the referee now? Does she have to play not so aggressive so she can not get that second yellow card?
Absolutely. Yeah, she's in the books, so she's got to be extremely careful not to do anything silly or stupid. And part of that is she's going to have to be careful, especially playing defense. Offensively, I think she's all right. It's just defensively when she goes in for tackles. And partly because of her physicality, it comes off harder than what it really is.
And we talked about it before. She is bigger, more muscular than most of the players out there on the field. And people just seem to bounce off of her as she's going down. And it makes it look a whole lot worse than what it really and actually is. We talked about this earlier on another broadcast of, the flopping of the international players. We don't see that so much on the collegiate ranks, but it makes them look like they're international players when they hit Cora Jewell. Jewell tried to play it ahead to Monson. Monson wisely just give her the thumbs up.
Next time.
Next time I'll get it, right? Next time.
Already in the second half, though, we've seen a huge difference with the Knight midfield. Santos, I think, had more touches in the first 10 minutes here than she did in the entire game. The entire first half.
They've definitely found Santos and Sorensen more in the midfield than they have. And when those things have happened, they've had chances to get their shots on goal. Lions trying to possess the ball on the far sideline. Subs coming in now.
It's hard to be a sub today when the wind's like this, cold.
Miller comes in for Santos. Well, I'm one that watches the weather a lot, and we do have a cold front coming through today and tomorrow. Next week is supposed to warm back up into the 70s, get back to the seasonable weather that we have. But in the next 2 or 3 weeks, this is going to be the weather that will be prevalent, especially at the end of your season. What do you do as a coach to prepare them for these type of inclement weather games?
Part of it is practicing in the evenings, getting used to that cooler climate. Obviously, when we watch the weather, do a little bit better job watching the weather to know when we're playing those types of games. It's hard, though. It's hard just because the weather always changes, and it's just because it says it on the weather app or on the website doesn't mean that's what it's going to be. And a game like this, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. When we started 3:30 for this game here, you wouldn't expect it to be as cold as it is right now.
Well, and there is the saying that we are in Virginia, and if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes and it'll change. Throw in now by Riley Anderson, trying to find Monson. Ball doesn't get in bounds. Looking for a ball to come back in. We have a wood line down to the right behind us, and one of the balls have gotten down in the woods, and it may not come back. Nice challenge in the air by Riley Anderson. Plays it ahead to Gamby. Gamby looks across the field, tries to play it to Bradshaw. Bradshaw tries to slide it back to Gamby. Just a little bit too far on that touch. But the Lions have found some momentum, especially after that first goal by the Knights was scored. But it looks like now the Knights are settling back in and going to be as aggressive and technical as they were in the first 15 minutes of the second half. Anderson with the ball, bringing it down with a purpose. Has it taken away nicely by number 28, Kylie Courtney of the Lions. Again, the defense of the Knights able to get back quickly. Oh, looks like Alicia had the ball slip out of her hands there.
You rarely see that, but it does happen.
Ball flicked ahead. Monson shields off nicely. Nice dribble move. Tries to play it ahead to Gamby. Great pass by Monson to Gamby. It's a one-on-one now. Oh, nice shot on goal, but the goalkeeper, is able to knock it out of there with her knee.
Great ball by Monson going forward. Those are ones that I'm sure Coach Carrock definitely feels that his team should score.
Yeah. What kind of percentage, if you have a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, what kind of percentage of those goals should you score, Coach?
90.
90.
90. 9 out of 10 times you should score that.
Well, that's our one miss now, so the next 9 will go in. Monson with the ball. And I've talked to Tatiana, and she does like to be the one attacking striker up top because she is a goal scorer. That's what she feels like. But her passing has just been, has gotten better as the season's going on. And now she's starting to take on that mentality of I'm going to make things better for my teammates also. And we just saw that with that pass to Gamby.
And Gamby's got great speed up top. Great speed, great size.
Throw in now for the Knights. Blackham will take it. Miller with the ball. And just cleared out by the Lions. And I don't know if the Lions are playing so much to win now as they're playing to try not to lose. We don't see that over-the-top ball that they've been doing, especially in the first half. And again, they've only attacked, by my count, 3 times in the second half, and Cox has touched the ball twice.
Frankly, I'm surprised by their game plan, their switch. It was so effective in the first half, played to their strengths, and they really toned it back. And I'm surprised by that. We're still lots of time left in this game, and if they are trying to play for the tie, I think it's really early to concede for a tie or for not to get scored on more.
We have Santos back in the game. So now we have Santos and Miller and Sorensen in the midfield. Bradshaw up there battling for the ball. And she's just a bundle of energy. Keeps it in, plays it back to the middle. Tatiana Watson with the ball. Her shot goes off of a line defender, and we're going to have another corner kick for the Knights. Blackham with the corner kick. This is corner kick number 2. Both of them coming in the second half. Sends it to the middle of the field. Lions are able to possess the ball and get it out. Here's that counterattack by the Lions now. We'll see how well the Knights defend, and great defense by Blackham.
Pass too heavy there for Gamby.
But again, the ball's coming off of Santos's feet. So the more that happens, the better the passes will be. Clements and Anderson back on defense, able to shut things down as Cox is able to pick up the ball. And I know no lead is safe, Coach, and we do have 20 minutes left to go in the game. But when do you start saying, okay, ladies, let's possess the ball a little bit more. Let's get 4, 5, 6 touches in a row before we really look to attack?
So I definitely think that's been their game plan the second half. You've seen them possess a little bit more. No lead is safe, absolutely. I think right now, though, that's kind of what they need to get back to immediately. They're just more effective that way. And sometimes you've heard the saying, offense is the best defense. If the ball's at your feet, you don't have to worry about the other team having the ball. And so I know Coach Rock has talked to his players about that and his team about that, and this would be the time to do that, really wear out this team.
Oh, nice save by Cox. She looked like she was laying back. Offensive player by the Lions came flying in, and she's able to make the save right in front of her.
Just that simple pass, keeping the ball.
And again, the Lions with their counterattack, and this is something that we saw in the first half. I hadn't seen it at all in the second half until about the 20-minute mark. Oh, dangerous with the ball in the middle. Scow's able to clear it out. Cox is able to pick that one up, but the ball was right there in the middle of the box. And it looked like it was number 2 for the Lions that was right there with it. Just turned around and was able to be kind of pushed off balance a little bit.
Very dangerous counterattack. This is what we were saying in the first half from the Lions. Another dangerous 1v1. Kenzie Cox equal to the task there.
And again, you like to be tested, but you don't want to see those tests, especially coming this late in the game and you have a 1-0 lead. Gamby gets knocked down. Tries to pop back up.
Looks like her knee. She landed funny on her knee.
And a yellow card now pulled out by the referee. Blackham will be taking the kick for the Knights. And we'll see what the Knights can do from this distance. Lions able to clear it out. Blackham puts it back. Dangerous play. Gamby with it. Shoots to the near post. Just a little wide to the right. Again, if in the next 17 minutes, if the Knights can keep the ball in the offensive end, things turn out really great for us. It's those dangerous counterattacks that we've seen by the Lions. And multiple subs coming in now for both teams. We have Park coming in for Blackham. We had number 21. for the Knights also come in.
Coach Carrock yelling from across the field not to put our hands on the back of the other player.
Ball out of bounds.
Sometimes the ones you're a lead is the most dangerous. You know, you forget that you're playing to win. You're playing not to get scored on.
But the players that Coach Garlock has in now, though, with Monson and Gamby and Santos and those young ladies have that attacking mentality. Miller's in the midfield. They had that attacking mentality, so I don't think he has to worry too much about let's not go forward and try to score. Sometimes it's trying to hold the horses back a little bit. Here's the counterattack by the Lions. Anderson's there to stop it. She and Clements have just been a stone wall in the back.
They're fantastic.
Number 21, Savannah Patillo, is checked in for Sorensen. Sorensen, I'm sure, is going to get a little breather, and then we'll be right back. Cody Park in the back now. Also playing for Alicia Blackham.
Clements and Anderson, dynamic duo in the back, just been stellar, and they have been all season. I think they've since Anderson's moved to the middle. It's a smart move by Coach Garrock, and then again, like you said, they've just been a stone wall. Just fantastic. Gives the forwards some confidence in their back line.
Ball played off of the Lions. Have a throw in now for the Knights. Looks like Monson will be taking that. Miller is checking out as we have Cora Jewell coming back in for the last 14 minutes of the game. Monson tries to flick the ball ahead to Gamby. Park's able to settle the ball down. And we'll have another throw in for the Knights. Cody Park started the game in just short sleeves. When she returned in the second half, she had a long sleeve shirt on, so that tells you it's getting a little chilly outside.
I don't blame her. It's cold in here. And I got a long sleeve and pants on.
Have more subs coming in. They denied the subs to come in. Oh, I thought they had told the subs come in. The goalkeeper tried to start them a little bit early. So we're waiting for the subs to come in for the Lions. Again, there's a sense of urgency by the Lions now. There's 13 minutes left to go in the game, and they want to get things going quickly. But now you have Jewell back in. You have Clements and Riley Anderson in the back row. It's going to be very hard for the Lions to score in these last 13 minutes. As long as the Knights don't fall asleep and let things get past them and by them, Coach Garrock can have his first conference win of the season.
It should be great for the women's team.
And we'll have a win on both the men's and women's side today, which is something that we haven't had in a long time.
Good start to conference play by
Great
both teams.
Start.
I know that Coach Garrock really felt that his team could have done a little bit better at Salisbury. I think he felt that they went to double overtime and lost it. But he definitely felt that the first half his team was a little shy, held back a little bit.
Well, first conference game, there's the nerves, the jitters. It's just learning how to step up in those type of games. Santos plays the ball ahead. Oh, and Todd is going to get by to Monson, and we would have seen another chance for a goal.
That almost snuck through there.
Throw in now for the Knights. You know, and the goal is to be in the top 6 of your conference. You're in the top 6, you go on to the next stage, and that's something that we're eligible to do this year for the first time ever.
Yeah, this is history in the making, and that's part of one of that's exciting part about being a part of SBU, is being able to be part of history.
Gabby Santos plays the ball way far ahead.
In 2016, that's, again, another part of history when they're able to play in the national tournament. That's the first time they can qualify for it.
Yes.
So.
You know, and we've been part of other organizations and everything, and we've been able to do well in that. And now we had the big blue dot that signifies a little bit more, I don't want to say legitimacy, but it's a bigger organization. And you have more structure in the NCAA than some of the other organizations that we've been a part of.
When I was here, I believe they were participating in the USCAA, and I remember that year we missed playoffs. It was one of the first years in a long time, and we had the record to qualify. I remember feeling somewhat gypped, but this is exciting. I mean, to be able to be in the conference playoff would be great for both men's and women's program here.
Again, we're looking for history to be made. I was able to be here at the beginning of all the athletic teams to be started, and seeing all the history that has led up to that, and just look forward to seeing more history being made with the cross-country teams doing well. The men and women's soccer team can qualify for a conference tournament this year. These are things that, you know, only happens once, and when you're able to be part of all this, is something that the players will remember forever.
Exactly. We need to start using the hashtag witness history.
There you go. You might want to copyright that. Throw in now down the far end for the Lions, and now the Knights are going to have to get the ball out, clear it out of there. And Laura Scow does. We have Sierra Sorensen is checked back in now. And I'm sure that this will be the group that Coach Dryrock will finish with to hang on to this 1-0 lead. Anderson's able to shield off a Lions player for the ball to go out of bounds. We'll have a goal kick now for the Knights. And again, just when you think that who's going to step up on the defensive end for the Knights, we're calling Clements and Anderson over and over and over again. And Coach Dryrock's really got to be pleased with those two, especially today.
Absolutely. Just been, again, just a rock. And then to be complimented by Jewel, Sorensen, and Santos when they're playing their game, this is a tough team to reckon with. What a great ball by Jewel.
And we're going to have another corner kick. Another corner kick for the Knights. We almost lost Coach Patino there. Almost stepped out of our broadcast booth, but we saw the cat-like quicknesses of a former soccer player to stay in with us. Cody Park will be taking the corner kick now. And after having no corner kicks in the first half, this is the third corner kick now for the Knights in the second half. Waiting for Park. She plays it to the far corner. Jewel is able to go up high. And there's a huge collision and pile on the ground. A foul was called. We'll have a goal kick now for the Lions. In this last 8 minutes is going to be so important for the Knights not to lose concentration and to keep playing to win and not to lose. Bradshaw with the ball. Brings it back towards midfield. Tries to play it all the way across, but is intercepted by the Lions. And there's that long ball that we've seen over and over and over again. Clements is able to play it off of a Lions player. And just little smart plays like that we've seen Clements and Anderson do. Just to regain possession, not just kick it out and clear the ball, but to regain possession is something that, you know, a lot of people don't and won't see in the stats, but is something that helps with winning the game. Monson trying to chase the ball down. And she got bumped off her line just a little bit, which slowed her down some. But again, another great pass going forward. Cox is able to come out. Being shielded off was number 23 of the Lions, Alicia Crowley. As Cox was able to pick it up, Clements was back there to protect her goalkeeper again.
Late hit there by the Lions on Park.
And we'll have a yellow card. Number 16, Rachel Shelter of the Lions. And you know, we're down under 10 minutes to go. We don't want to see any chippy play to start now. I'm sure there's some frustrations on both teams, but we need to keep this game as clean as possible because, again, both teams are in their conference season. You don't want anybody to get hurt now and not be able to participate going forward. Anderson plays the ball ahead to Park. Park plays it to Santos. Santos with a nice turn. Moves possession. There's Anderson and Clements clearing the ball from the defensive end. And again, these long kicks into the defensive end of the Knights, you know, I'm sure that's one of the goals and the way that the Lions play, but when they get cleared out, it takes 30 or 40 seconds to get the ball back into play, and that's just precious time that they really don't have right now. Cox with the ball. Plays it out wide towards Monson. Monson gets the foul called on her. And there's Anderson to get the ball out. Quick start by the Lions. And the Lions are committing a lot of people into their offensive end, which is going to lead to great opportunities for counterattacks for the Knights. There's one right there. Gamby coming down. Tries to get the ball on her right foot. Slides it past the goalkeeper for goal number 2. Goal! There we go, Coach Patino.
Now your turn.
No, that's why I have you here. Now, that second goal, 5 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in the game. That second goal makes it a whole lot more easier
that's
for the Knights,
their insurance
right?
goal right there. That's the insurance goal. They can kind of sit back now, relax, talking about just strictly possession-wise. They can do that. They can start to clear balls a little bit more, play a little bit more direct.
And when you're talking about clearing balls, we're talking about clearing them deep out of their defensive end and not having to worry about can we try to score and possess the ball, but just get it out of here to keep that clock going.
Yeah, just keep the clock moving. Anytime I think we sub now, I think within the last few minutes they stop the clock. So you just want to keep the clock going.
And I don't think Coach Grawrock's going to want to sub anybody in this last 5 minutes. I think he has the team out there that he feels comfortable with for this game.
That goal coming off of Gamby, ball fed to her by one of the center midfielders, Jewel.
Again, and we just were talking about how the Lions were trying to counterattack and committing so many people to their offensive end, it would leave them wide open. And as soon as we said that, there's Gamby going down the field being fed by Jewel for the second goal and probably the goal that has sealed the game. I won't say it is sealed until we have under a minute to go. Deep kick into the Knights' defensive end. Anderson with the ball. And I don't know what was called there.
Riley Anderson thought the ball was out of bounds, and so she picked it up, but it was still in play. The referee hadn't blown his whistle, and linesman hadn't raised the flag, so it's going to be a free kick right there on the end line.
And that's That's one of the only mistakes that Anderson has made all day long, and we hope that it's not a costly one. Near post. There's Anderson just clearing the ball out, and that's what we talked about earlier. Monson clears the ball deep down the field. Gamby's trying to chase it down. Who's going to get to it first? And she's tripped.
This could be a card. This is the last defender reaching for his front pocket.
And he did call a foul on number 21, Kristen Peckman. And I think in that instance, you go ahead and take the hard foul, because if she gets by you, if Gamby gets by you, there's no stopping her.
Absolutely. And Gamby, with her speed and her size, Gamby's no small player. I heard very physical. She's shown that she can get by defenders.
Blackham with a kick. Just possesses it over to Jewell. Looking into the middle for Monson. Santos is able to win the ball. Plays it back to Monson. Here's a long counterattack by the Lions. We're under 3 minutes to play. Scow sends it deep into Lions territory. And again, all these long balls just eat up so much time. Santos with the ball. Plays it back to Bradshaw. Bradshaw, again, that attacking mentality. Just let's get the ball ahead to Gamby or Monson. Gamby trying to chase the ball down now. And kicked out of bounds for a corner kick by the Lions. And now the Knights can afford to take their time walking up to take the corner kick, can't they, Coach?
Absolutely. Tie your shoes, make sure your shin guards are in place, fix your socks, wave to your parents in the stands. They've had 4 corner kicks this half. Excuse me, 3.
No, this is the 4th one. You're correct.
4th one. They had 0 in the first half.
Blackham gets the ball through. And again, another corner kick for the Knights, and let's see if they can waste another 10, 15 seconds setting up for the corner kick. Blackham's going a little bit fast over that corner for Coach Dryrock. He's saying, settle down, settle down. Looks like the ball we put in play with 1:15 left to go in the game. Ball almost got through to Monson. Scow with the ball, sends it deep back into Lions territory. And we are less than a minute to play. Santos. Santos looked like she may have an opening there, but nice defensive play by the Lions. Ball played ahead to Monson. Monson is looking to possess the ball now. She gets it over in the corner and just shields off the defender by the Lions. Nice. Smart play by Tatiana Monson there. That took about 15 seconds off the clock with her shielding the ball. Ball played into Gamby. Deep ball to Anderson. Anderson lets it go as long as she can. And here's the countdown now.
5, 4.
And it looks like the Knights will win their first conference game. Great game. The first half was very even and contested hotly. In the second half, we see more of the Knights team that we've come to see. Short passing, a lot of possessions of the ball, and we're looking to see them to score. And we do have 2 scores, one by Tatiana Monson and one by Jamila Gamby, that have really just – it's what we expect to see, Coach.
And the clean sheet by Mackenzie Cox.
And a clean sheet by Mackenzie Cox. And, again, there was about a 30-minute span where she didn't have anything to do except put her defenders into proper place. We saw some runs on goal about the last 15 minutes of the second half by the Lions. But, again, she was equal to the task. And Clements and Anderson just did a marvelous job trying to keep everything clear from her.
Great game by the Knights.
So, Knights again, a nice tradition that the ladies and the men do after the game. They come over to whoever's the fans that are here and meet them at the fence and to thank them for coming. And you know, it's a whole lot easier for the players to do that after a win, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Lots easier after a win.
So, again, the Knights get their first conference win of the season against a very good team. We're looking forward to seeing not only the ladies' team but the men's team go forward, use this as a springboard into the rest of the conference season, and gain one of those top 6 spots where we can get into the tournament, the conference tournament, and the playoffs.
10 teams in the conference need to be top 6. So, at worst case scenario, 4 wins this season.
4 wins, that's what it's going to take. Okay. Well, we look forward to that. You're a fourth of the way there. Again, you know, the first half very hotly contested. We see that the Knights don't get any corner kicks in the first half whatsoever. The second half they come in and get 4 corner kicks, which caused a lot of pressure, especially on the injured Gates, the goalkeeper for the Knights. 6 shots on goals for the Knights, 4 for the Lions. Coach, you got some stats there. What else do you see?
So total shots ended up being Southern Virginia 10, Penn State Harrisburg 8. Corner kicks, it says 5 for Penn State Harrisburg and 4 for Southern Virginia. I do believe it was 5. So, and all coming in the second half. And Gates and Cox both had 4 saves. And lastly, the fouls, Southern Virginia with 10 fouls and Penn State Harrisburg 3 fouls.
Well, we have Art Furler now with Coach Dryrock, and we'll turn it over to them.
Thanks, Mike. As you said, here with Coach Dryrock. Coach, difficult first half for both teams, I think. Held it 0-0 to the half and then get that first goal. It seemed a little tense after that. Your thoughts on how much it helps to add that second goal in heading into the end of the game?
Yeah, we knew we needed to shut the door. So getting that first goal was huge, and I think we kind of had a little bit of a letdown after that first goal. Definitely some tired legs, but we kept pressing, looking for that final goal, and to get that second is huge. To look at that second and kind of close the door on the game, be able to give us that cushion is just, you know, a huge key for us for the rest of that game.
Speaking of tired legs, too, we were talking a little bit earlier. Your second game in 24 hours, a difficult stretch. How do you feel like your team handled that tonight?
It looked like we were tired for most of this game, and I felt like we had some great possession. We had some great movement off the ball, but at the same time, we were tired. And so, not just 2 games in 24 hours, but, we had a third game on Wednesday, so we kind of crammed this schedule this week. We really kind of put a lot of pressure on the girls, but they responded great. They were tired, but at the same time they fought through, kept pushing and looking for that opportunity to get the win. So very proud of the girls. Know they're tired, and hopefully they'll have a great conference weekend where they can sleep, but certainly happy with their response to the adversity this week.
Yeah, and securing that win despite being tired. Hopefully, as you said, a little bit of a break. Give us a little bit of an idea what to look forward to heading into your next opponent.
Yeah, so Christopher Newport, it's going to be a very challenging game. They're regionally ranked. They've got quality players. They're young this year. They've graduated some seniors, so it's going to be a situation for us where we're kind of similar with youth, but we also have some returners to hopefully be able to lead us and keep us motivated heading into the game. And then a Saturday game away against Wesley. So we're hopeful that we have a good response heading to Christopher Newport. We really feel like we have opportunities to win no matter the game, but we just got to make sure we're playing our game right. So excited for Tuesday, and hopefully we keep this momentum of 3 straight wins in a row.
Yeah, well, congratulations on the win tonight. Best of luck of those going forward, and thanks for your time. We'll send it back up to Mike Harmon for the wrap-up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Dryrock and Art Furler. Again, the Knights won this game 2-0. Goals scored by Tatiana Monson and Jamila Gamby. It's the 3rd win in a row for the Knights this week, and they've outscored their opponents by a score of 12-1. Again, first conference game, or the conference win for the for the Knights. They're 1-1 now, having lost to Salisbury. But again, talking to Coach Josh Patino, he's predicted that 4 wins in the conference gets them into the tournament playoffs, and that's what we're looking for. Thank you for joining us today. Great day of soccer for the Knights, both men and women's team. Men's team wins 2-1, and the women's team wins 2-0. Again, this is Mike Harmon at the field signing off. Until next time, and thank you for joining us.